this would be the best space.
Yeah, because we could be on the couch and you can be in your
in that chair.
Yeah, where you are.
Okay, perfect.
Where you do best.
And this is Mary. This is one of our midwives.
Hi, Mary. I'm Latrice. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Okay, perfect.
Cool. And I really don't think we'll take too much time.
Yeah.
Just because you know what you're talking about. This is your thing.
This is my thing. I don't know. And you never know when you get in front of a camera.
That's true. Act like it's not there. Act like it's not there.
Well, this is so great of you to do.
I know, I'm excited.
And you've met Chris before, right?
I haven't met him. I've talked to him.
Oh, no.
We've communicated.
Yes. So this is Chris.
So formally, hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
Pleasure.
you. Yeah.
I couldn't remember if we'd met or if we'd just talked, so I was.
We've talked. Are you the son who your kid was born around October 20-ish?
That was Jeff.
Jeff.
That's
Okay. I was like, I know you had a granddaughter or son right
Yep.
around the time that
Grandson,
my daughter
November
was born.
3rd. So yeah.
So all the sons are in the business.
It's a nice family business that way.
Yeah, it was nice to
Cheap
hear you say
labor
that.
and
Cheap labor.
You have the best mom ever.
exactly. You know,
So-
it's a pretty good mom. So it helps. It makes things easier.
We're all clear,
Offset.
so
Oh,
it's all
thank
yours.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Offset the dad. We can talk about him when he's not here. So come on in here. Kind of rearrange pillows as needed. And
Should we both be on the couch, or what do you think? Or should BJ be in her chair where she?
I think both on the couch is a good idea.
you want the two of us here?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's more relaxed.
There's
A pillow.
pillow if you like. We can shut the door, we can keep it open, whatever works for you.
Check right now. Okay.
And there is a room next door if you need to put your backpack down, or is that something you
I
need to
might-
carry with you?
Might use it right now.
Okay, or you can set it wherever.
Cool. Awesome.
So I have on a mic, so hopefully it'll be able to capture all of us.
Yes.
Oh, good. Yeah, I
In
saw
this,
that
in
you
this
were mic'd.
small,
Yes,
in the smaller space.
Good angle picture here.
and you'll be able to airbrush it for, take off about 10 pounds, do all of those things.
So I need that too then.
You've got an excuse, I don't. It's been 34 years.
Oh, and then I have to show you pictures of my little one. Oh,
I can't wait to see.
he's so
how
cute.
I bet he is.
He is opposite of Leilani.
Yeah?
And by opposite, I mean completely opposite. Leilani she's a tough pill to crack sometimes. She is a very independent 2-year-old. She wants to tell mama what to do.
Of course.
Dylan, like even as an infant, I'm telling my husband, because we're going on vacation, he's like, this is going to be really tough. And I was like, he's a different baby.
Yeah.
Leilani would not do vacation. We call her Vacation Leilani, and she's terrible. Dylan, he is chill. He doesn't cry. He doesn't, unless he's hungry. Yeah, unless he's hungry, then he'll like let out we call him little parakeet. He's like, ah! I'm like, oh, you're hungry.
Okay, all right.
Whereas Leilani, is it on? I messed it up.
No, it's just the way it is. It's sensitive. Yeah, that works. Yeah.
Do we look?
Yeah.
What's our angle here?
There's gonna be two.
There are going to be 2 angles?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Get the flattering sides.
Yes.
I'll be over there, and you guys will be right here.
Uh-huh.
Gotta get them angles.
It's nice that you have this opportunity.
I know. It's making, like, literally, I've been doing this working with him, and then I do my own, like, individual videos about real estate and just educating people.
Yeah.
And it's made my business just so much more robust. People are recognizing me. They're like, hey, I was in Costco. Are you the girl who's on that video, real estate? I was like, yeah, that's
awesome.
that is me. Yeah.
That's me.
And so now I want them to know about the community that I live in.
So
and
great.
and what I do in this community, because literally it's a 2-mile radius that I travel. Costco, Target, the grocery store, and back.
Yep.
So whenever you're ready.
Yeah. You guys can just talk freely. It's
Okay.
captured.
That's what we want to do anyway.
Yeah, so don't even worry.
Okay.
But, yeah.
So you're going to be doing still pictures as well as the video, or what's the...
It's kind of going to just be very conversational. It's going to be video. And I'm basically just kind of... The camera's not here, essentially.
No.
It's like you guys are having a normal conversation. And I'll do like my editing magic and make it to
Excellent.
really
So that's
cool.
when you're going to do the airbrush. 10 pounds. Right.
For both of us, okay?
You guys look amazing.
Pre-baby weight. I need it all.
Boy, that would be something if we could offer that.
Yes. Can we do that after
do
birth
that?
services?
Excuse me.
So I was telling Anthony kind of, this is where my journey to motherhood began. And it's funny because I went and interviewed South Coast. And they were the first ones we saw. And I was like, this is it. Honey, we're done. I really like Becky. I don't know if you know Becky over there. I was like, she sold me. We are not going anywhere. But we still had the interview here at Beach Cities. And my husband's like, Dan was like, let's just go. Let's make sure that this is what you want. Yada, yada, yada. Then we get here. And I'm like, this is it, honey. We're going with Beach Cities now. And he's like, you just said South Coast was it. You were just kind of going, you had already an appointment.
Just already done.
And I was like, there's just something about you and your aura and how calming you made me feel being a newly pregnant woman. That made both of us. Dan was like, I love her. We're going to come here. So I think it's important for people to know they have options when it comes to birthing. I think a lot of us don't know. The reason why I knew is because I have a friend who did the hypnobirthing method in Switzerland. And she told me,
my.
yeah. Well, in Europe, it's very popular to have a midwife as opposed to a doctor. She had an au pair as well, and I couldn't do that. But she said it was the most amazing birth. And she painted it so amazing. She said, after I got done having my baby, I got up and I went to go eat. I went to a little restaurant, and she's like, I was okay. And I was like, I want that. And so that's when we started looking at midwiferys, and your name came up, and that's why we're here.
That's why we're here.
So I think I want you to tell people and let people understand how you got into this.
Okay.
And why this is the way they should go, or at least have the option to know about midwifery services.
Well, I think you started out with an interesting scenario of a friend in Switzerland, and that's just the pattern of how people do it.
Yep.
And I think if you look outside of the United States, midwifery-led care is really the model. And many countries, as I'm sure you're aware, have much lower complications because of the style of care that is provided. That doesn't mean that women can't have risk, and that doesn't mean that a midwife is the only person for everybody. But what it does mean is that we have to have a continuum of care.
Yes.
In this country, there's almost an either or. You either go with the midwife or you go with the more traditional physician services. And both are fine. But I think we've been socialized in this country that medical care is the only way to go. And I always kid that couples spend more time researching what car they're going to buy than how they're going to get their care when they are pregnant and having a baby. So with that as kind of a background, my journey as a midwife came really from being in a hospital where I realized very early in my career that women are treated as high risk until proven otherwise. Whereas the model should be, let's have everybody that's low risk, that doesn't have any significant health issues that can affect a pregnancy, keep them healthy, use a more holistic approach that's going to teach them not only how to take care of themselves during pregnancy, but is going to fall over into how they care for their children and how they raise their children, and then be able to provide an environment for them that will allow their body to be able to birth their baby.
Right.
And we overcomplicate things in this country.
Yeah.
So with that, I started my journey into midwifery because the midwifery model of care is exactly that. It is identifying women that don't have health history that would be a complication, or if you're able to identify that, then you can get the woman to the right people to be able to provide that care.
Right.
So it's, you can do that quote unquote triage. But 85% of all women in the United States are young and healthy and don't need the complexity that we have put into both prenatal care as well as hospital care.
Right.
So with that as a framework, that's really what midwifery care is all about. It's about keeping women healthy, helping them on their journey, and developing that birth team that is going to support them and not just say this is the way it's going to happen.
Right.
Because as you know, you're not in control.
You're not.
Baby's the one in control, and we need to be able to support you to be able to support your baby to do what you need to do.
And that's what I love. That's what I love about midwifery services, because at least in my personal journey, I was healthy. I was fairly young.
You were young.